channel your inner child because this episode has fun for all ages. We're talking about the Children's Museum of Montana coming up on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Tame. If you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Neff.
And we're No Damn Experts. I have to tell you, I was slowing down because I'm like, I don't know if I know what I'm doing, but I did it.
I was just one. Sometimes I watch. I'm like, do you know what you're about to say? Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
No. Thank goodness we have a guest today, so
Yes.
I have less talking to do because
As
I'm not
opposed to
sure
our
how
last
good that's
episode,
going to
people
be.
had to listen to us. Yeah.
So Shannon, what's going on today?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one because this is such a fun asset that we have in our community that we really haven't talked about yet, which is
it's really a shame. We
me.
have mentioned this
Of
asset
course.
because we
Absolutely.
have, we've talked about we have 11 museums in our community. Well, one of our museums is here.
Absolutely. So Sherrie Neff, Executive Director of the Children's Museum of Montana, housed right here in Great Falls. Hello.
Welcome.
Good morning, both
Yeah.
of you.
Welcome.
We're so glad to have you here, and I'm excited to hear all about the Children's Museum. I don't have kids. I've been in it before when I, worked in the news to do stories and things like that, but I haven't experienced it with a child. But going in there as an adult, there were things I was like, is it okay if I play in this exhibit? Like, this is really fun looking.
We actually encourage that
good.
very much.
Okay, good to know.
I don't have children either.
Yeah.
This is not a big surprise, but I have taken my nieces there. And then I found some exhibits that were really fun, and I just went and played without them. And they're like,
Good.
we wanted to play. And I'm like, well, you'll have to wait your turn. And that's a lesson you're going to have to learn.
This is the world that we live in. You have to wait your turn. Yeah. I'm glad to hear it's okay for adults to play in that too, because some of them look so fun.
They are fun, and they are set up for the adults to play, as well as we have opened a couple new ones to where they're family games, to where
nice.
like we literally made giant dominoes that go on the floor. We
Oh.
made giant tic-tac-toe and a giant checkers board with checker
Wow.
pieces. And it is so fun, and it's for the whole family.
Yeah.
One of the many things that a lot of people don't understand about children's museums is this time that the parents have to actually play, or whatever adult brings them, auntie or whoever, offers an opportunity for that child to gain resilience that they'll need later in life. And it's by playing with their adults.
And learning to take their turns after.
Well, it's always good to learn to take turns.
Yeah. She's like, that wasn't our idea behind it, but okay.
But yeah, so one of the models for it is called Pride. And this is something that I have actually spent quite a bit of time and put on our blog and throughout our museum, is because for like 5 minutes a day, every day, a parent can keep growing that resilience within their child to where when the teens come and the early adult and life feels heavy, that child has a better chance of succeeding through it.
Oh.
Can you talk a little bit more about the connection between that play and engagement and how that builds resiliency?
Absolutely. So they call it Pride for the acronym. So P is for praise. And the main thing you want to remember is you don't praise everything. You don't praise that they colored it blue. You praise that they colored it.
Okay.
Oh.
It's the work. You want to, whatever you want them to do more of, that's what you praise, and only that. The next is reflect. And so the idea is to really watch and see where they're leading you and see what imagination they're using and reflect it back to them.
Oh.
I like the way you're counting that money for the grocery store or the way you're doing this. And then when you reflect that back, it builds confidence in them and they go, oh, I'm doing this right. I can do this.
This sounds really like a good psychological exercise for adults too, because you really have to examine yourself and pay attention to how you are responding and
Absolutely.
absorbing the information too, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Shannon, I love how you're demonstrating what you're learning.
Thank you. I just want to be allowed in the museum. That's why.
You guys are hilarious.
Okay, so we have PR.
I is imitate. So then
Okay.
you imitate them, not in a condescending way, but in showing them that you
Sincerest
know.
form of flattery, right?
Yes, exactly. Quite a compliment.
Yes.
Builds
Oh.
confidence again.
Good, because not related to this, but I took my niece shopping one time and she got these really cute Tom wedge boots and she wore them and I'm like, those are so cute. And she goes, they really are. And I said, I think maybe I should get a pair. And she's like, oh, I think you should too.
Are those the like tan-ish
Yeah.
lace-up one? I had some, I think I got rid of them. I had gray ones like that for a long time.
Hers are
Yeah.
black.
Okay.
I find I don't think that's what we're supposed to be doing from an imitation standpoint, but
Wear their clothing choices.
like, oh, those are pretty. I want a pair too. So that's a bad lesson, I would say. So listen to
Sherry's
Sherrie.
not here to be our counselor. Maybe I don't know if she wants to get into that.
If she gets up and walks out, we know she's done.
Like, oh boy, this is not what I got myself into.
Well, it's
Yes.
funny because my daughter has a total shoe fetish, and so did my mother. And so when she was young and growing up, they would go shopping together and come back with like 6 pairs
Oh,
of the
yeah.
exact same shoe in different colors.
Oh, funny.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you bought 6 pairs
Yeah.
of the same shoe.
It's necessary,
It's a
Mom.
good shoe.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
imitate.
PRI. Yeah.
D, describe. Just describe back to them what you see.
Okay.
Not necessarily whether it's good or bad. Because one of the things we don't want them to do is feel like they're under the gun to be judged. So if you're telling them it's good, that means something they do might be bad.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
they just need to hear that you see and you're describing what they're doing. Again, just building that within them. And then last is enjoy, enthusiasm,
yeah.
play, get into it with them, use your imagination and let them see that that's allowable and they'll do more of it.
Somewhere along the way, too, like as adults, we seem to forget how to play or
Yes.
enjoy or be in the
Yes.
moment. That seems helpful for the adults going too.
Yeah,
I have
it's not one
never-
of my problems, but
I have never had the concern of not showing enthusiasm or enjoyment. I think to an extent, like I've had my nieces go, that might be a little bit overboard, or they look at me and they're like, "Aren't you too old to be this excited?" And it came because we did the Charlie Russell Choo Choo train in Lewistown, and the Santa Express one.
Yes, that sounds
Well,
so fun.
Santa gets on at some point and then he starts handing out these beautiful little coins. And I was so excited to see Santa. Like, I was so excited for this experience. And then we're going through and we're having all this fun. And then Santa comes. I'm like, oh my God, it's Santa, you know, and all these activities that we got to participate in. And then he passes right by me and doesn't give me a coin.
Ugh.
And my nieces
no.
are like, do you want me to get you one? I'm like, no, obviously.
Santa didn't want me to have
Obviously,
one.
Santa didn't think I was behaving good enough to get a coin.
you have been a very bad girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, "Ah, hi, Santa. And he just looked at me like,
Like, why are you so
why
excited?
are you so excited for me?
Well,
That's what we're
speaking of
supposed to do.
Santa,
Yeah.
Santa will be at the museum here soon.
Ooh.
And so when Santa comes, you might want to come over.
Yeah, without the children, so he doesn't dismiss me.
This one wouldn't. I know he wouldn't.
She'll put in a good
he's
word
a
for you.
great Santa.
So now that we've kind of got the structure of the best way to engage at the Children's Museum, preferably with children.
But you don't
Or
have to.
I'll go with you, Shannon,
Oh,
and I will
good.
do
Okay.
Pride with you.
Yay, okay, perfect.
What are some of the exhibits that are at the Children's Museum? And let's start with my favorite and most exciting one that I brag about all the time that I hope is still there because I haven't been there to play for a while. But the airplane exhibit.
The airplane is not only there, it is one of the next ones to be upgraded.
Ooh.
So we have a sponsor, and I don't have anything official that I can speak of yet, but we have a sponsor that's going to let us kind of pull from their inventory like control panels and some extra stuff that we'll be able to add to the outside. One of our projects that we're trying to do is create to where the museum is, every exhibit within the museum has some accessibility for those living in wheelchairs
that's
or
wonderful.
living with disabilities.
Mobility issues.
Mobility issues. And so the idea of getting to put a control panel on the outside where they could just wheel right up to it. And just different things we're going to be adding there. So, yes, it's not only there, but we also added a really neat, it's a collection of models that Bill Wilson created. And when he passed, his wife donated to us in his honor.
Oh, wow.
And so we have like a dog fight right in front of
Oh, my gosh.
So you're sitting in the airplane and you look up and there's a dog fight and there's a big all different types of planes.
Oh, that's neat.
And on the wall, we have each one of those planes, their name, what they were for and stuff, so the kids could learn about them.
That's really cool.
So, Sherrie, this is what I say about that exhibit. Now, there's a disclaimer to a lot of this, is sometimes I say things that aren't true. So it's okay.
I've heard that. I have to say that.
I've heard that.
So I'm going to ask you if I've been lying all these years or if I've been correct. The plane itself that is used as part of that exhibit is an actual plane part from AvMax.
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's a
good job.
plane cockpit.
Yes.
So once again, you were right.
Look at this.
Well, not once again. She just
Nope, Sherrie, you were correct. Once again.
Yeah. How many buffalo go off the buffalo truck?
she's been talking.
I know. See, there are things I know. And then
Good job.
every now and again, and I will one day share like the biggest mistake that I've ever made in saying something, and people believed me, and it's because I said it with conviction. So
that's the key.
that's the teaser. One day on this podcast, I will reveal what I completely lied about, but I thought was true.
I'm going to schedule that on the I'm just going to schedule a podcast for us, like on your calendar, not tell you what it's about, and then just press record and be like, okay, the time has come. Spill.
Today's the day. What have you lied about that you know that you've lied about?
I think we've all done it.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely right. It's a real
That's
airplane
really cool.
cockpit, right down to the little ashtray in it.
Oh my gosh, how funny. How
And
funny.
it's a teeny tiny cockpit.
Yeah.
And when you get in, that's one of the first things that hit me was, wow, grown people get in here.
Yeah.
And it's a lot fuller when it's got all of the stuff in it. So
Sure.
we've got it cleaned out and it seems tiny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. My husband is taking flying lessons. I'd like to get his
Oh,
pilot's
nice.
license right now. So I might have to bring him.
Yes,
And be like, look,
yes.
isn't this cool? He'd nerd out about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is one of my favorite exhibits
Yeah.
up there.
I do love
Yeah,
planes.
it is fun.
My second favorite, Annika's Closet.
Oh, and we just got a grant from the Schwarzbauer Foundation. We're going to upgrade that also.
Look at
Create
that.
some accessibility on the outside
Nice.
Cool.
for those, again, that need that
Yeah.
extra. And then just make it look beautiful. Just kind of give it a new...
So I can't
Life.
picture. I'm not remembering. So tell us what this exhibit is.
So Annika's Closet is a dress-up closet.
Okay.
So we
Fun.
have princess dresses, wedding dresses, prom dresses. We have Ninja Turtles, superheroes,
Fun.
and, just...
Do you have kids try to I would try to combine the Ninja Turtle with the princess. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
good.
and it's really fun, too, because the last time I had a teen group in there, it was the teen boys putting on the dresses
Oh, perfect.
and the
sounds right.
teen
Yeah.
girls putting on the ninjas.
I love it. Yep, I love it. So you
pretty
do have teenagers?
We have had teenagers.
That's
they have
cool.
a lot of fun. And in fact, one of my exciting news is
Ooh.
January 1, we are starting a teen program.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Make note of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at that stage, it'll be kind of creating the heart of the group
Yeah.
and then opening up for a regular programming as of September 1 next year.
Cool.
Wow.
That's neat.
Is any of your mom or daughter's shoe collection part of the donation in Annika's closet?
I like it.
They could. They could stock it for a lifetime. But no, in fact, Mrs. Paula Roof is the most amazing woman. She will bring in costumes, take costumes, mend them, wash
Oh.
them, bring them back.
Neat.
And she hits secondhand shops and yard sales and just does amazing at keeping
How
us
cool.
fully stocked. We can take everything out, and we do this often, hang up a whole new
Set of
set of clothing and
Neat.
costumes, take those, wash them, bring them back, and
Yeah.
do it again and again. And she has kept us for years. She
That's
has been the
neat.
one that has kept those costumes just immaculate.
So are you looking for donations with those, or is it kind of she goes out or you go out and kind of curate this, or do you accept donations for these things?
We do accept donations. We're not necessarily doing like a drive for them
Sure.
because we are fully stocked at the moment. I don't think we have a drive right now going on because our books, we just had a few boxes donated, but we're always accepting books. We have a giving library.
Okay.
And it's used. And
Yeah.
so people come
Cool.
in and they take the books they want or need.
Yeah.
And then we throw it out there that we're low on books and we get boxes
get it
of
in.
books back in.
Cool.
Nice.
It's pretty
Lots
cool.
of resources. And that's Annika's closet. Is that the right
Yep.
name? Okay.
So, do you have a favorite exhibit, Sherrie?
Oh, wow. That's hard.
Yeah. It's like picking your favorite child.
Is there one where it's like you just need a mental break? We can find you like in this particular section of the hiding in the closet.
I think my favorite exhibit would be the boat.
Okay.
John Martin built that boat, and him and his family floated that boat on our river right here in town.
Wow.
Until it retired. And although he's passed, his grandchildren are still visiting his boat.
Cool.
And I just think that boat is amazing. And that one we are looking for a sponsor for. So I will throw that out there.
Yeah.
We would love to be able to protect some of the wood that has the varnish has worn off and now it's
Sure.
starting to do damage. So we would love a sponsor for the boat, but that boat is amazing and that family did a great job building it. And we are so honored to be able to have it.
You're talking about, so we talked about there's, an airplane, like a cockpit, there's a boat. Can you talk about this? These are big things. So can you talk about like the actual structure of the museum? Because I'm like, oh my gosh,
How
there's
is
a
all this
plane
housed
and
there?
a boat. Yeah. Talk to us about like how it's kind of laid out, the size of the building, things like that.
So it is a 2-story building. Total square foot for the museum portion of it is 22,000 square feet.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah,
moly.
that's a lot.
Yeah, and we've got every inch taken up.
Yeah. Well, I would say if you start putting boats and planes in there, yeah.
Yeah, they tend to take up
Yeah.
some room when you put them inside. It's not a full plane.
No, but still, the structure of it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
The cockpit is fairly large.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll do the bottom floor since everything we've talked about so far is on the bottom floor.
Okay.
We have a toddler section in the middle. Originally a Dr. Seuss theme, but found out that we were kind of
Infringing.
so
Hey, it's the best way to learn is
Right.
when you just like, oh,
Whoops.
we're going to do this. And they're like,
No,
no,
you can't.
You were wrong. And we, oh, okay.
Whoops. Yeah.
so we have made sure to cover up all of anything infringed on, and we're actually planning to change it into more of a Mother Goose. Mother Goose is available.
You're free. That's free. Okay, I was like, that's another kind
We
of
can be Mother
trademark
Goosey,
name.
but
Yeah.
we cannot be Dr. Seussy.
I love it. That
I'm
should be our
good.
campaign. So that
It's
particular
probably going to be the name of the podcast episode.
Right? Ooh.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm writing. I try to write these down so I remember. Yeah. You two continue. I got to jot
Yeah.
this down.
So the toddler section is really neat. It is an area where all the toys are based around that age. So they're for pre-reading. So there's lots of alphabets, but not necessarily words. There's lots of just bigger items for the littlest toddlers so that they're not choking on anything,
That's
Good call.
good thoughts.
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Not a real good thing.
Right.
Like, oh, went to the children's museum and my child choked.
yeah.
Yeah. Which if there isn't good supervision could happen. We don't
Sure.
guarantee anything. It's all
Yeah.
supervised.
Yeah, you got to
Yep.
be there doing your pride steps.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. If you're watching. No, just teasing.
There's a big waiver you
There's
sign
a lot
when
of
you
lessons
enter.
learned here.
And then one of our favorites is the habitats. So we have 2 habitat exhibits,
Okay.
one North American and one safari.
Fun.
Ooh.
And they were created, designed, and funded by the Lewis family. Amazing family. These exhibits are gorgeous.
Would this be descendants of the Meriwether Lewis?
You
If not, you should just claim it.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing
Well,
a North
Your
American.
maiden name's Clark,
I
so
know.
you go with that.
That's how I got my job. Like,
Yep.
that is how
Yours.
I told the sentence
your-
I ended my cover letter with was like, my maiden
might
name's
be.
Clark. It's destiny.
Right?
And they're like, true that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't
Job's
argue.
yours. Yeah.
So the family did this in honor. They lost Michael Lewis
Okay.
a couple years back, and so they did it in honor of him.
Mm,
He had always supported kids programs, and he loved hunting. So it is mounts and hides.
Oh,
and
wow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
There's some fun play scat and tracks and
Yeah.
coloring, and then some really cool picture books and animals and just all kinds of
Is it
fun
like
things.
the poop? There's the
Yeah,
book,
whose
the
poop is
Whose
this?
poop is this? Is that is
Yeah.
that part of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
It's a good survival skill to know. Yeah.
And you can light it on fire to stay warm.
There you go.
There
exactly.
you go. Exactly.
Things you
All
learn.
kinds of lessons. Yeah. Those sound fun though.
They're
sound
beautiful.
really
They
fun.
are really fun.
Yeah.
And, I like to lift the kids up to where they can touch the safari animals compared to the North American
Oh
yeah.
because they're so different.
They are.
So
The-
you can. These are ones you can touch and interact with. Okay.
Absolutely.
That makes
Absolutely.
that's
We would
different too.
Really rather no one hang on them.
That makes sense.
But-
Yep. Mhm.
But they're definitely there to touch all the senses.
Yeah.
And then next to it is the game room where we talked about the family games, the
Oh,
tic-tac-toe,
yes.
dominoes,
Wow.
checkers. Then in the back corner, we have the woolly mammoth bones.
Ooh.
So Larry Houck out here at the Missouri River Marina
Mm-hmm.
found some woolly mammoth bones when he was excavating
Oh my gosh.
and donated them to us.
Wow. That's like high level museum stuff that you
That's
have
big
there.
deal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask a question. I don't expect to have an answer, but we've discussed this before, not necessarily on this podcast, but my husband saw a handmade knife, and the handle of that knife was mastodon tusk. I think that's kind of like a fossil that has to be, I don't know, reported to the authorities, and then you get a certificate. Like, you can do whatever you want with it. Did you have to do anything like that for these woolly mammoth bones?
No.
Oh.
And so I believe that there is a difference between a woolly mammoth mastodon and the age it is
Okay.
and where it was found and who owns it.
Okay.
So I don't think
Cool.
just because you find something on your land, you automatically
It's
have
not finders keepers.
It is.
Should be.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I think it is. And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, I need a certificate. I'm like, I don't know if they I think like if
Yeah.
I don't know when
I don't
like
know exactly
you just
either.
excavate a tomb and you're like, oh, I found this King Tut's teeth. Like I think then
big
you've
deal.
should probably get you're not supposed to have that, or
Yeah.
a
Well,
letter that says, oh no, you can do whatever you want with
And
that.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between it being a wild animal's bone and an actual handmade tool. So the handmade tool
yeah.
might have more rules than just a bone.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
This
That's
makes sense.
not
This
my
is-
expertise.
Like, she's like,
We will eventually find someone who will answer this question for me.
We should ask Clark.
Yeah, he
There
might
you
know.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So woolly mammoth.
Yeah, so that's a
That's
lot of
super
fun. The
cool.
kids get to dig up bones, and we had troughs made and filled them with sand, filled them
yeah.
with toy bones, coyote bones,
Okay.
whatever everybody had available to give the kids that experience.
Yeah.
The hands-on portion of
Wow.
That's really cool.
it. And then that pretty much takes care of the bottom floor.
Isn't there a coffee shop?
There is an outstanding coffee shop.
Really?
My favorite in town.
I did not know this. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get the kids, why? Just kidding.
Well, and it's funny too, because what a lot of people don't know is like all of our first responders and our peace officers, we say, please stop by anytime in uniform. We'll even buy you a coffee.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look at that.
So
yeah.
I want to throw that in there.
So this is legit coffee shop, not a pretend coffee shop for kids.
This is a
Okay.
legit one.
Like real coffee.
Yeah, real
we
coffee.
make Red Bull infusions. We make lattes.
Hello. Wow.
Yeah.
Here's your
I got to
tip.
go visit that.
You're on vacation. You're a first responder. You're in law enforcement. Pack your uniform.
Yes.
Yeah, or at least just a T-shirt with your badge on it,
There
or
you go.
something.
Show up and
Some
go.
proof.
Yeah,
Flash your badge and go. I'm real. Give me a coffee. I'm in a.
Yeah.
Not only will your entire party get a discount,
Hey,
but you will get your free coffee too.
that's cool. I love that idea of having the coffee shop in there for
real
the
one.
parents to a real one.
Yeah.
Yes, for the parents to
Yeah, and
the
there's
caretakers
juice for
to
the
enjoy.
kids and
Yeah,
chocolate milk and that kind of
that's
stuff.
fun. It
too.
just adds it well, and then just the smell. I'm sure it makes the whole first floor smell lovely.
Oh yes.
I've always wanted to have a coffee shop in the front part of this building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You'd get
There's
a lot
lots of
guests.
dreams for this.
Yeah, a lot of dreams.
Mhm. For now, we have our Keurig that
Yep.
takes 15 minutes to brew a coffee.
That's fun.
That's fine. Okay, so that's the first floor.
Right.
How often do you frequent your coffee shop?
Daily.
Yeah. Just
Every
once?
day. At least
Okay. I
once.
was going to say, I was like, that would be dangerous for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was so dangerous that now I drink coffee with no flavor because
Yeah.
if I do
You'd
the
have to get to
flavor,
that point. Yeah. I get you.
And you know, there was one other thing that I hadn't remembered on the first floor. Right as you walk in the door, we have added a new cultural exhibit called the Resilient Women of Montana.
Oh,
And
this
so
sounds
each
cool.
month we put just a frame of information, pictures, and such of different women that showed resilience, that made progress, that did something that needed to be honored. You know, we have
That's
museums
really cool.
for Charlie Russell. We have museums for this and Lewis and Clark, but we thought we might honor some resilient women of Montana.
I'm going to have to come visit that because we've been talking for quite a while about doing some type of focus in our content.
Feisty Women of Great Falls.
Yes.
Ooh, I like it.
We did a newsletter, an Adventure Awaits email out about the Feisty Women of Great Falls, and we highlighted quite a few of them and connected them to kind of the things that happen today that are pretty cool. And it is my dream that Shannon creates some long-form content about the Feisty Women of Great Falls.
So I'm going to have to come
Ooh,
visit
that sounds
your
like fun.
exhibit to get some inspiration and
Absolutely.
information. So
And, and many of them that we've had in there so far are specifically Great Falls.
great.
But being that we're the Children's Museum of Montana,
Yeah.
we do highlight all of Montana
Yeah.
as much as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Jeanette Rankin,
Yeah.
one of them feisty, resilient women.
Yes.
I always
Resilient
say
is probably a better term at a
Resilient.
children's museum besides feisty, but
that's true, but I like feisty.
yeah.
I always say that Nancy Russell is like the unsung
yeah.
hero of
Yes.
Charlie
Yes.
Russell, right? Like she's
Absolutely.
incredible. So in this Resilient Women exhibit, does it rotate?
Monthly.
It rotates monthly. Okay. And
Yes.
is this women past and present, or is it just past, or how does that work?
So far, it has just been passed,
Okay.
but it definitely could be present. And we would love to have
That's cool.
any suggestions for present.
That's fun. That's a fun idea. I'm going to have to come
Yeah.
visit that.
Yeah.
Stop
Norma
in monthly.
Ashby Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Norma Ashby Smith
Yeah.
is my suggestion. We had her
Norma
on the podcast.
Mhm.
She's the founder of Western Art Week.
Yeah. And a
Um,
bajillion other things.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
She's had her hand, she's got her finger stirred in almost every pot in town.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
that's awesome.
She has
And
a
I
book.
think
Mhm.
she told a story on the podcast about the time they killed a snake live on air.
Yep, her
Yeah.
her book is called It's Rattlesnakes something. Oh, I'm sorry, Norma. I'm spacing the name right now, but it's Rattlesnakes something and something. But yeah, her book talks about the time. She was
Yeah.
kind of part of the original morning show of KRTV.
Very nice.
Like all of that. Matt Kennedy when he came to Great Falls. She has all kinds of stories. Anyway,
Runs
Yeah.
the
Fun.
Waking the Dead, Walking the Dead.
waking.
Waking
You always
the
think it's
Dead?
walking.
I always do. Walking, waking, whatever.
I mean, you walk through the Waking the Dead tour.
So she was part of the founding group of Waking the Dead. So
Yeah.
that
Nice.
happens in
She's just
June, July.
Yep, this summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a good one for
Yeah.
a
Current.
current. Yes.
Yeah.
That's neat though. So what was kind of the inspiration or hope behind this Resilient Women exhibit? That seems like a really cool thing to have for children to see.
Yeah, a couple of different things. One is the focus of the culture currently to get more women into STEM,
Okay.
Yeah.
into
Okay.
science,
Yep.
technology, engineering, and math.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of grants and a lot of projects are focused on girls or women in STEM.
Cool.
And so being a museum that's what we're about is
Yeah.
STEM. We're STEAM. We add some art in
Yeah.
ours.
Yep. I
But-
like it. Yep.
But that's part of the motivation is helping these girls see that what others have done for them. And then, as I was saying, we have the Lewis and Clark, we have the Charlie Russell.
Yeah.
We have highlights of men that have done, resilient men that have done amazing things for us, but not really any focus for the women that have done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Although when I was at the Capitol, we had a young man recognized by the USS Montana commissioners this summer, and we were at the Capitol where the award from the History Society was given to the USS Montana commissioners, and they recognized him. It was really cool.
That's
That is
awesome.
neat.
But on their walls, they have a wall, hallway with women, resilient women of Montana on their walls.
Neat.
Oh.
And we had already grabbed one of them that was on there, and I was like, oh, we had her already.
Nice.
But I did get
Nice.
some ideas for some others.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
deal.
great.
Yeah.
And cool that it rotates monthly because there's
Yeah. New.
that many,
Many.
fantastic women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Definitely.
Okay. Second floor, Sherry.
I know. Unfortunately, what I always tell people is I could talk about this all day.
Hey,
I
yeah.
love this place. So upstairs, as you go up the stairs, you're going to see straight across the grocery store. So this exhibit is a favorite of the kids. And the Junior League was the original sponsor.
Yep.
Okay.
We're looking at and may have, again, they're in talks to have a new sponsor for it because it needs some updates.
Fun.
And then right as you go up, right beside the stairs is called the Homestead. And the Homestead has a couple special features. One, the mural from Wolf Creek that is painted on the walls.
Okay.
Samantha Houston did, and she did phenomenal.
Oh.
It's just gorgeous. It's art. I mean,
Yeah. The steam art.
Amazing art. And then in the exhibit, the Goodwood guys designed, built, and installed a bridge that these kids can knock down and put back together.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Oh my gosh.
It is so cool. So that's another favorite of mine.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris and I I had taken my kids to a museum when they were young that had a footbridge that they could knock down and put back together. And my two boys would spend all day doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
And so Chris came up with the design, the idea. And
He's so brilliant.
he is. They are amazing
It's
over there.
especially fun that you can destroy it
Yes.
and then put it back together.
And it's made so hardy that, I mean, literally, you could
Bomb
kick
it.
it down
Yeah.
and it's not even denting it.
And like, where else do kids get to have the chance to be like, okay, go to town, kick it,
Yeah.
destroy it,
Yeah.
like,
Do your best.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's a good team building skill also because I have not been able to put it back together all by myself yet.
Yeah.
I only need one extra hand, but I need one
But you
extra
need
hand.
another person.
When the kids are doing it, they often need 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been a few camps where I've got this group of kids where there's a couple of A personalities going at it. And it's like, okay, guys, let's come out and let's do this bridge. And it's really
'em
neat.
down.
It does.
Yep.
You know, one young man, no, I can do it all by myself. So we let him try. And when he was finally just about in tears, I went, are you ready for some help yet?
See, this is a good lesson. Yep. Mhm.
Good lesson.
I think maybe we need to bring some adult teams
I'll
into
tell
that
you what,
too.
I have had a couple adult teams
Yeah.
do team building there.
Mm-hmm.
But we love that one, and I'd like to do a little bit of updates on that also. It's got a frontier theme, the homestead,
yeah.
and so I put together a little package that hopefully gets awarded the grant that I wrote.
Cool.
Because it would put like an old-fashioned butter churn.
Ooh.
And an old-fashioned, just some old-fashioned things that the kids
Yeah.
could, you know, kind of get into that.
I have the perfect dress to wear when you get your butter churn.
She can be the model for the exhibit.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. Every Saturday you could be in there just churning
Yeah,
your butter.
I love it. That's funny. Yeah. Is there another closet up here where you can change clothes and put on time period
No,
clothes
but
for
there
this?
are time period clothes that would work down in
Okay,
the closet,
yeah,
and
there
you
you
can
go.
wear them upstairs.
perfect.
Yeah,
There you go.
Put them on, go upstairs.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
it.
I just remembered one of the exhibits, if it's still there, the dentist office. Is it on the second floor
It
still?
is.
Ah.
Oh.
So next to the homestead is the coffee shop,
Fake one, real one.
fake one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Here we go.
Now,
Two levels of coffee.
Two coffee shops?
Morning Light Coffee Shop, Coffee Roasters
Yep.
and Cafe, they sponsor that one, and they do
Okay.
a great job, and it's so cute, and the kids love it, the parents love
Yeah.
it. The kids get to be a waiter, be a cook, take some
Yeah.
more money. It's
There you go.
amazing how often everybody likes to be the money taker.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my favorite role in Monopoly.
And so then we have, so that's right in front of our memorial wall. So I would like to say a little thank you to Ken Hanks. He does vinyl, and he did a vinyl wall for us with every military branch, first responders, I guess first responders covers them all because
Covers,
it's the
yeah.
PD, the
Law
ambulance,
enforcement.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. First responders. Yeah. That's neat.
and it is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So it's a big red, white, and blue wall with these great
Wow.
vinyls on it.
Cool.
And he did a really good job
Yeah.
creating them and
Neat.
putting them up. And then we have the doctor's office.
Okay.
The doctor's office with its little x-ray machine that works, and we put x-rays up there, and boy, some of the x-rays that we were given are pretty, it's like
Brutal.
"Oh, I'm really glad that screw isn't in my neck."
So these are like real X-rays,
Yes,
obviously without
yes.
identification on them, but they were donated then, so you
Yes.
didn't have to make these up?
No.
Wow.
They are amazing.
That's pretty cool.
I think we should go and try to guess who they are.
Who do I know that has a screw
You're
in their leg?
neck.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, maybe.
Do you have people that maybe if their kid's going to be nervous going to the doctor, do you have people who bring their kids in ahead of appointments?
Even if I don't know of anybody specifically doing
Okay.
it on purpose, but I know that it has proven to be a good thing to
Yeah.
help them get over those nerves.
Yeah.
As well as, I'll tell you, one time I was in there, there's a 9-year-old girl that puts this doctor's coat on, and she looked at me so serious and says, I'm going to be a doctor.
Oh, how cool.
And it's like you could feel and see that she, one, believed she could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, was making some pretty big decisions in her mind right there.
Yeah.
You know?
She's going to be on the
Solving-
Resilient Women wall before too long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The she will definitely be making big life decisions.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Solving the world's problems.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then next to the doctor's office is the dentist's office.
Okay.
And that is just adorable. The Marshall's Orthodontics, they sponsor that every year and help us keep the chairs, which amazingly need replaced about every 3 years.
Wow.
And I know they take
a
What's
lot of
happening in the
work.
dentist office?
They,
Yeah.
they take a lot of use.
Well, you want to climb in and climb
Yeah.
on and climb around and
Yeah.
lay, take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the perfect ergonomic nap chair. I'm gonna-
Yeah. That's
Maybe I should talk to Marshall Orthodontics about
getting a
donating
new living room chair for you.
chair in this office.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do fall asleep in the dentist chair every time.
And you need a nap. Yeah.
Although a couple funny stories in the dentist office. One was my grandson had me in there, and we have these great big toothbrushes to go with these great big, like
Teeth?
ceramic teeth you can
Okay.
brush. And he came at me with that, like, open up, Grandma. And I'm like,
You're
no,
like, no.
Don't want that in my
Yeah.
mouth.
Thank you, though.
And then another
Cute.
time I'm up cleaning the top floor, and up there is a grandmother, a grandfather, and 2 grandsons. And one grandson is working on Grandpa in the chair, and one is sitting at the cashier desk. And Grandma goes to walk out of it to talk to me while I'm out there. And the one in the cashier's desk hollers, wait a minute, Grandma, you got to pay before you can go.
Understand that concept. Yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
she
how
looks
funny.
at me and she goes, boy, he's got it figured out already, doesn't he?
Like, watch out. That's funny. Cute.
And then we have the parkour. That's a favorite with the kids.
Ooh.
It's got just climbing and
Yeah.
tumbling and mats and just a place for them to get some energy out.
Fun.
And, you know, it's
Yeah.
good for their big motor skills. The more we can put parkour type items in there, the more they're getting balance work and different things that they really need.
And it's an appropriate place to jump off of something and
Absolutely.
bounce around. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not your bed at home.
Right. Or a living room table. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we have the little giving library we talked about earlier. Love our little library. Then we have the puppet show. So
Oh,
we have a
yeah.
big old board with some hand puppets, and the kids can do that, as well as we had some antique handmade marionettes donated. So we
Ooh.
have those on display there also.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
Fun.
they are really cool. I've had people go, they're a little scary. They are handmade and they are antiques.
Which
you know what
means
you're
they are pretty much scary.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They'll come to life at night when everybody closes their
Ooh.
doors.
Oh, yeah, we've heard quite a few of the ghost stories about our building. But then we have one that's currently almost finished. It's
Okay.
currently in construction, almost finished, is our Native American.
Oh, neat.
And it's a learning lodge, and
Cool.
it's really neat. And the International Tribal Game Society
Yeah.
has been the leading force in this. Brandon Fish, Travis, all of them over there.
Yeah.
The Blackfeet tribe have donated quite a bit to it. We've got some bison hides. We've got we recently had a bear hide donated. Teepee donated. We just got
Wow.
to get it all put together now.
Yeah.
It's like really close to being done.
When is that? When are you anticipating that to be open?
Well,
It's semi-open.
it had a soft opening.
Okay.
And then hopefully it'll be finished before the end of the month.
Cool.
Oh,
Very neat.
There
Yeah.
we go.
And then we have the zoo. So another toddler section, like on the bottom floor. A couple years we had parents asking. And finally one day I had the right airman there that he said, I could do that. I could build you a little wall. And I'm like, really? You can section this off? Sure enough, he built us a wall and we had a toddler section on the second floor. And it's amazing how
Cool.
volunteers have been a huge part of a lot of our upgrades.
Yeah.
Keith Davey was absolutely integral in the updates to the train station, which is beautiful. If you haven't been there in a while, you got to come see the train station.
Okay, I haven't.
Then we've got the schoolhouse.
Okay.
The
Wait,
schoolhouse
where are these?
upstairs.
Okay. Okay.
So the schoolhouse is next to the second toddler section. The
Okay.
second toddler section,
The zoo.
the zoo. The only thing I didn't mention that I should is give a shout out to the teen group at the Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art,
Okay.
the art collective, and they did the mural in the zoo.
Oh,
And,
fun.
I had to sit down after they were done because there is an elephant walking through the brush that when you sit down, it looks like it is right there.
Ooh,
It is
cool.
just amazing. For a kid
Neat.
from the floor view,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Fun.
And then next to it is the schoolhouse. Now the schoolhouse will be transitioning into the teen resource room.
Oh.
Okay. For the
but-
new program.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it has been for the last couple of years a place for, again, to get prepared from nerves of being in your first classroom. And it was kind of designed after an old-fashioned schoolhouse that housed K through.
Little House on the Prairie
Yeah.
style.
Yes, exactly. And so we will miss it, but yet I'm really excited about this new program. It's going
Yeah.
to be an amazing one for the teens in the community.
Neat.
Good deal.
Then we have our classroom where we have our actual after school program every single day after school. And days like today where there is no school, we have camp all day in there.
Oh.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a fun resource for people to have. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's 5 to 12-year-olds
Okay.
for our camps.
Nice.
Our after school program right now is K to 8th grade.
Okay.
And then we'll have the teens start next year.
Cool.
And then we have the jailhouse.
Oh.
It's pretty fun.
Ooh.
So, the Cascade County Sheriff's Deputy Association helped us start this exhibit. And so we have a jailhouse. We have a few upgrades that need to be done to it. So we're kind of
That's typical
trying
for
to
a jail.
figure. Yeah, because
Is there like an actual put you in a cell, lock you in there?
no lock you in there.
Okay.
I think that would cause a little bit of anxiety for people.
Oh,
But then maybe it would help them keep them out of the system. Just saying.
I just foresee like my husband going, "Oh, I learned about the jail exhibit at the Children's Museum. Let's go, honey."
Oh,
And then there I am.
you there.
And one day Sherry will be closing and be like, "What are you still doing here?" I'm like, "I'm just
I
like,
can't get out.
my husband left me here."
Or me like locking you in there and saying, "Hey, raising funds for the Children's
There you
Museum.
go. Yeah, exactly.
Bail Rebecca out."
And they
All
got
you
it
do-
no money, and 3 months later you're like, "I'm just
Dang
gonna
it,
have to
I'm
let
having
you
to
out.
feed her. Yeah.
You weren't a good choice."
Yeah. I didn't mean for you to become part of the exhibit. Yeah. That's funny.
And then the final one upstairs is the Lego zone.
Yeah.
Ooh. Fun.
Yeah.
People
Have-
love Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like
those engineering minds that are wanting to build things and make things. It's pretty amazing. Even when I have a camp, which I have one coming up that I'm going to talk about too.
Okay.
Ooh.
But it's fun for me to see the kids. You can see those who are the nurturers, caregivers. You can see those who are these engineers just waiting to build something. The artists over here doing their art. I have kids that literally beg for math worksheets because they
Ew.
love math.
I'm glad there's people
Yeah.
that
I
exist.
was
who
I
one
love
of
like doing math worksheets.
Yeah, I was one of those too.
I don't like math.
I have like trauma from trying to
Oh.
do math as a child. I'm terrible at it.
So
Anyway.
a math worksheet
2
for
plus
me is
2.
a lot like a word find. Some people
Okay.
love word finds.
yeah.
Yeah.
A math worksheet is the same thing for me. It's just a game.
Yeah.
Can you find the answer? You know?
Nope, I sure can't. And I'll just walk away crying. But that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad they
Yes.
exist. Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad there's everybody, you know. When
Exactly.
you think of the nurses,
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. I couldn't do that. You know, that's an amazing field that I'm really glad somebody's willing to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Takes all kinds.
Yes.
So did we cover every one of the exhibits?
I believe so. Besides small ones. So like we have
So
the
no.
we have like a gravity well that the kids get
Oh,
to see how
fun.
gravity returns. We have a tunnel for them to crawl through. We
Okay.
have Hot Wheel tracks.
Oh,
We have
fun.
a new one coming in that we're really excited
Yeah.
about. It's a hurricane.
Ooh. That
Which
sounds
are
intriguing.
they happen so often in Montana.
Yeah. So is like the floor gonna move or like how does
I'm
that
not
rain?
sure
Okay.
what the final's going to be, but it's pretty exciting.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
that's another new one
Mhm.
coming in. The members and the guests voted for us to create a Simple Machines. So
Oh.
currently we are actually looking for an engineer that would help us make sure that we create a simple machine that is up to safety standards.
Sure. Yeah.
So my ideas are pretty fun, but they could get a little crazy. Just saying.
There
I mean,
could be
I
some death and mayhem associated with it. Yeah.
yeah, the first time it goes up, the chain breaks.
Yeah.
You know.
Decapitates a child. Be like, oh,
Well, that was the end of the children's
so that
museum.
was fun.
So we would love to hear from any engineers interested in helping us make sure that one's the way
Safe.
it should
Yeah.
be. Yeah,
Yeah.
safe.
That's a good one though, just to help inspire children for kind of the technical or the trades industries. Those
Absolutely.
are so needed.
I do
Absolutely.
have a topic if you need one to solve. I'd like to figure out how to get boxes from the top floor to the bottom floor without an elevator when you have steps.
Pulley system.
Well, let's create it so that we don't have to haul boxes downstairs anymore.
It's a good midday exercise though. I needed it. Yeah. It's a real world example.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. How just logistical details, I guess, real quick. How much is it for the Children's Museum? When are you
Hours,
open?
yeah.
Things like that.
We are open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Every once in a while, we'll be closed on an afternoon to do some deep cleaning.
That's
And
good.
we
Yeah.
always invite any of the community, churches, anybody
Yeah.
who wants to join us. It's a huge museum. So,
Mhm.
Come clean.
yeah, come clean, help us out.
Yeah.
The more we have, the more details we can get to,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
We do events about once a month.
Okay.
We have an event of some sort, whether it be sometimes it's members only night.
Mhm.
We like to spoil our members and
Yeah.
give them good reason to want to be members.
Yeah.
Or like Halloween, we had our carnival
Mhm.
cake walk. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
The next one coming up will be the Christmas party.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Santa.
The Santa, yes.
Or, we had expressions of silence last year, and they're so
Oh,
amazing.
I've heard such
that
cool
I
things
need to
about
reach
them.
out and see if I
I
can.
know nothing
get them.
about what this is.
It's
a
incredible.
deaf choir,
mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
and they'll make you cry.
Because
In a
we-
good
Well, it
way.
doesn't
In a
take
good
much.
way.
I cried at Nutty Professor. So.
should just talk about this. Yeah.
We're on the same wave there.
I would too, I'm sure.
But yeah, they're just beautiful. These kids do a performance to where you in music and in the sound we hear in a song, we get a personality. You can hear, Dolly Parton's personality in her music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They do that with their sign language, and it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's-
Each one of them has their own personality into it. You can just tell how they're doing it as to who's like totally into it and who's
Yeah.
like
that sounds
really
awesome.
shy.
Yeah. Because
It's beautiful.
Great Falls is home to the Montana School for the Deaf and Blind, which is why
Abs-
we're fortunate to have performances like that around
Absolutely.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And
And when is that Christmas party?
it is December 13th.
Okay.
It is a Wednesday early day out for the older kids.
Okay.
We thought that would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
We can't make the schools let them out to come play all day. So
Dang it.
So if you're going to come to that one, you got to plan ahead to
Absolutely.
take probably Tuesday. Come down Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're here in time on Wednesday.
absolutely, and well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we do, for our members, we do our Cyber Monday. So we'll
Oh,
take
okay.
$20. I think it's $25 off. Shame on me for not having the exact number.
Hey,
That's
it's
okay.
minus
It'll be a fun
gonna be a-
surprise.
You
Good
get-
it's going to be a good
You get
discount.
a
Yeah,
deal.
there you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Nice. Yes.
And then I'm really excited. November 22nd and 24th, I'm doing a camp.
Yeah. What is
So
your camp?
the public schools have the kids out on the Wednesday and the Friday
Mm-hmm.
around Thanksgiving, and not all parents get those days off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parents that don't get.
I
Mhm.
didn't
Yeah.
when mine were little. That's
Yeah.
what made me think of it. And so I will be doing a STEAM camp.
Mm.
I'm focusing on migratory birds.
Oh, big birding
that's,
area
yeah,
for
that's
us.
perfect for this area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
No, I know nothing about birds.
We just know it's a big deal.
okay, well, I'm a
That's our
hunter.
level.
I love hunting.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily love birds. I love eating birds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
I do love birds.
Uh-huh.
Turkey, chicken,
Yeah. Yeah.
quail. That
yes.
might be
Do
illegal.
you
Legal.
like pheasant?
Yeah.
Quail isn't illegal. It's good.
Yeah. I was just making sure.
Yeah. Pheasant. Ducks, geese. Yeah. You
Cool.
name it. They're all good. And so hopefully we have Ducks Unlimited showing up for a presentation at
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
That is
Nice.
the goal there.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the spring, I have one where I have a falconer, a Montana
cool.
falconer coming
Nice.
with some birds to show off their abilities and,
Yeah.
how
Cool.
well they can
Mm-hmm.
do on demand.
Mm-hmm.
And then a really neat young lady talking about resilient women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to this. Kirsten Cook is going to be at the spring camp. She has been helping the conservationists reintroduce the swift fox into
That would be a
Montana.
type
I
of
love
fox.
fox.
Yeah.
Fox and foxes. Fox.
Feeks.
Oh my goodness. You two are hilarious.
I feel like fox is one of those where it's just
It
fox,
is the
right?
plural. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
what about foxes in boxes? Oh, that's right. We can't be
Nope.
Dr.
No
Seussy.
Seussy.
No, Dr.
Only Mother
Seussy.
Goosey.
Well, those sound like some fun camps.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Absolutely.
excited about it. And the kids will have fun. That's the main thing I
Yeah.
like to do is make sure they learn something
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and have a lot of fun. Get excited about learning.
Well, I don't think there could be any funner way to spend your day than
No.
hanging out at
Like
the
I want to
Children's
go. Go
Museum.
get my coffee. Go sit in the plane and the boat. Try to destroy a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put
Mhm.
it back together
Put it back
again.
together. Be a Ninja Turtle. Yeah. Admission priced for to
So
get in.
general admission is $10.
Okay.
We
Oh.
have some discounts. So if you are a military
Mhm.
veteran or active duty,
Mhm.
took me a minute there. The first responders
Mhm.
and then educators.
Nice.
They all
Oh.
get discounts.
Good
Well,
deal.
and then seniors.
Good deal. How long have you been with the Children's Museum?
I am coming up on my 5th anniversary.
5 years, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's gone by so quick.
Yeah, I
has.
was thinking it had been
Best
longer
job
even.
in the world.
Yeah,
Yes.
good deal.
Yes.
And it's the Children's Museum of Montana, not just of Great Falls.
Right.
Why?
What's the deal
What's
there?
behind the name? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a part of it 25 years ago when we started. So
Sure.
we are the
Yeah.
oldest and the largest children's museum in Montana.
Really? See, that just adds again to us saying we're Montana's museum capital. Not only do we have the most per capita, but we have the
biggest
best,
and the
biggest.
best.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so when it was created, that was how they literally did the Articles of Incorporation. And I think it was very smart.
Absolutely.
And it has given us a drive and a passion to make it the best and to make it reflect the best of Montana.
Absolutely.
To be that destination that
point.
brings families in from everywhere. You want to learn about Montana, we'll give you a one-stop shop.
There you go.
It's a really I'm proud that our community has the Children's Museum because as we've been talking about, there's just so many neat exhibits that you can learn from. It's fun for all ages. I mean, it's just a great asset for us here.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much.
And it's a museum that you can touch everything.
Yeah,
There's no security going, back
Right.
it up.
Exactly. You don't. There's very rare places where you can go and like touch the animals and the mounts and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Absolutely. And we want to really make sure that it stays that way. We try to build quality so that touching doesn't just destroy. Every once in a while, someone will donate something and we're like, are you sure?
right. Like
Not
they're
sure
allowed
it's
to
going to
touch
last
here.
a day.
Yeah.
It'll be fun for one person.
right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
just going to say anything else that you wanted to say
Ooh.
about the Children's Museum.
Yes.
'Kay.
I have one more important thing to
'Kay.
talk about. Chocolate Noir.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
You had me at
big,
chocolate.
big event
Yes, our annual gala fundraiser.
where
Okay.
you eat chocolate.
Yep. Again, you had me at chocolate.
February 10th.
Okay. Yep.
We're doing it at the Rendezvous at 410 this year.
Okay.
Really excited about the new venue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice place.
Yeah, and it's going to be perfect. They're going to make sure we have sound where the auction items are. We're going to plenty of seating, plenty of tables.
Cool.
It's gorgeous in there.
Yeah. Fun.
So we're pretty excited about that.
How much are tickets?
Tickets, we have tables for $800.
Okay.
We haven't opened up individual tickets.
Okay. So if you're coming into town, bring all your friends.
Right.
Literally last year, by the time the tables were sold, we had no room for
Sure.
individual tickets. Now we've kind of changed everything this year because we had some sponsors say, I don't have 8 people that can attend,
Yeah.
but I want to sponsor. So we have made it to where the sponsors and the tables are separate.
Gotcha.
So anybody can buy a table and anybody can sponsor, and they don't have to do both.
Cool.
Oh.
They can. Of course, this is our annual fundraiser. Goes towards keeping us open, keeping our prices low, keeping our exhibits updated and our lights on. So it's a really important one to us. But yeah, so we've got that. Then we're also sending out letters for any kind of donations for our silent auction. And always welcome for anybody who has an idea for a live auction that they might be interested in sharing their business. And we've got some great sponsors that show up, 300 people to get to see whatever you're marketing.
Yeah.
So it's a good marketing for you also.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just had a horrible idea and I'm never going to share it because it was awful, but it made me laugh. So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Another one of those podcasts
We'll keep
after
it-
dark.
Keep that for later. Yeah.
Well, Sherrie, thank you so much for coming on our podcast that we do flawlessly all the time. We're experts at this.
Obviously.
I mean, it doesn't get
Doesn't
any
need
better.
to be said. Yeah.
Well, it has been an absolute joy, you guys.
Thank
You are
you.
very fun. I love your
We
sense
try.
of humor. Keep
Well,
it up.
we try to keep it light and airy. You know, because when
Mother
you're
Goosey.
when you come on vacation, you should be having fun.
Absolutely.
And we know how to do that. in
you
Great
sure do.
Falls.
We
Clearly.
do. So until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy face here in our wonderful community of Great Falls, we hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. We'll see you soon.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.